Hello, welcome back to another episode of Just an Average Metalhead. It is me, your host with the most, Matt, and welcome back. Today we've got a really fun video, and it's a video I've been dying to make for the past couple of days. But the subject I've kind of wanted to let it marinate a little bit, just so I can really like get my thoughts and that about it together. Because I didn't want to just sort of go, talk about it straight away on release day, and then a few days later it'd be a bit chewing gum and the flavour's gone. Thank God it's not. Thank God it's not, because the album I'm going to talk about today has only got better. The more and more I've listened to it. Today I am going to be reviewing the sixth album from Swedish rockers Ghost. The album's called Skeletá. It was released on the 25th of April this year. So I've had 3 days with it where I've near enough just listened to it non-stop. Before I dive into sort of like the album in more detail, I just want to start with just my overall opinion of the album. Jesus Christ, this thing is fucking amazing. I know, like, I'm a Ghost fan. I don't want to just people think, oh, it's fanboy. No, no. If it was shit, I'd happily say so. But no, this album is fucking amazing. It's a little bit different to what we normally get. I will start by saying I've seen some stuff online which has genuinely confused the hell out of me. Oh, Ghost have gone soft. They still sound like Ghost. It's not like there was Behemoth in the first place. That's one of the reasons why I fell in love with this band. Like, it is just old school sounding fucking rock, and they do it at the highest level. And this album is gonna launch Ghost into the stratosphere. Like, this is Ghost doing what I would call sort of like just pure like stadium rock, and they've done it to an exceptionally high level. This album is fantastic. The themes running throughout it as well for me. I would have killed to have an album like this out when I was a teenager. Like, it is so hopeful, and like, yeah, it is a song like there is like a darkness to like some of the lyrical content. Granted, the music is different. Like, it's the music itself is joyful, but there is a melancholy to some of the lyrics. But as well as the melancholy, there is an like overwhelming like sense of hope and that things will get better. And I would have killed for an album like this when I was 17. um, yeah, this is for me. It's up there with some of the best like music Tobias Forge has ever written. Like, yeah, I love this album. I'm gonna go do like I normally do when I do these sort of like album reviews and go sort of like track to track to track. But first, I want to talk about the production. Um, the production on this album is it's second to none. Like, um, it's a very different like kettle of fish. But as well as listening to this album, I've also been for a video that I've got coming up. I've been listening to a lot of the Great Southern Trendkill by Pantera, and production wise, um, like especially like we've got a decent pair of headphones on. The production of like both of those albums are very very similar in a way of. It, granted, Skeletá is not as heavy as the Great Southern Trendkill, obviously, but there is no gaps in sound in either record. But it's not a mess. Like every single like instrument comes through, but if there is a gap in the sound, like there's always like a little tiny guitar lick or like a bass roll or like a drum fill that fills, and it creates a beautiful soundscape. Like it, or when you like, especially when you've got, like I said, you've got a decent pair of headphones, it is like the production on this is stunning. Like nothing is like burying each other, like, but like everything comes through so like beautifully clear, and I love it. I love it when you can hear what each individual like band member is doing, and like the production on this album, like like in the same way as with the Great Southern Trendkill, like Phil Anselmo is like he's roaring his fucking heart out, but you feel it through the production. Like he comes through really clear. Like and it makes it that bit more aggressive. Whereas with Skeletá, the production on the vocals, it doesn't like again, it doesn't bury like the guitars or anything, but it makes Tobias's voice soar so perfectly. And yeah, like from start to finish, the production on this album is phenomenal. I love it so much. Um, yeah, absolutely fucking great production on this record. So let's go for the songs. The album opens with Peacefield. It was one of the songs I saw when I saw them on the Skeletá tour, and yeah, this track it's an opener that really sort of like it sets out its stall perfectly. It's the album version starts off with like a beautiful sort of like choir which builds, and like before the actual band come in, it really soars, and then we're like whack straight away. There was a reason why they was opening with this song live. Like once you hear it on record, like it makes sense the why this was the opener for the tour as well. Like it's Tobias is pulling a lot from, like I said, from like the arena rock. And this album, this track is pure like journey, and it's great. It's so good. And there's also little moments where sort of like it's the same. Like there's I've not picked up. He's really like pulling a Freddie Mercury with his vocals, and like it works so well. Like I said, this is it's a track filled with hope, and but it's not like it's not preachy, but it's great. Peacefield is easy one of the best songs Ghost have released. For me personally, I fucking love Peacefield. Um, and I really like how he's done it. Is the first three singles we've had from the album have been the first three tracks on the album, but from track three backwards. But yeah, so next we've got Lacrima, which from again the guitar work on Lacrima is phenomenal. Like especially the solo, it really reminds me of like an Iron Maiden style solo, throwing a little bit of like Euro power metal kind of stuff in, sort of like that twin guitar attack, and it's again like it just soars through. Um, Again, again, it's another song filled with hope and just yeah, like I said, I really could have done with this album when I was a teenager. Um, Next we've got the other single, "Satanized." Well, yeah, like Lacrima. Like again, I think again it's one of the best songs Ghost have recorded for me. Satanized, really, it was our first taste of this album that we got, and I never get bored of hearing it. It's campy, it's fun, but it perfectly slots in to the record. Like, and yeah, it really booted off live. This, yeah, Satanized is fucking great, but we kind of yeah, like I've said with the live show, we've had three like real like heavy hitters, like full of energy. Let's fucking go, full of hope, like so. It's kind of gone like the live show. We've got a moment to sort of like breathe before the rest of the album kicks in. And we need to go into a song called "Guiding Lights," and Ghost know how to write ballads. Guiding Lights is stunningly beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. Um, yeah, it's fucking great, and it's this really shows off for me Tobias's range. Um, yeah, I'm struggling to find the words for Guiding Light. It's a beautiful, beautiful, like well done power ballad, and I fucking love power ballads. It is so good. I can't get over how like phenomenal and beautiful this song is. And like I said, it gives you that sort of like deep breath, but you like it's like it gives you that deep breath before the rest of the album like boots off into the stratosphere. But it's yeah, it's very beautiful, you know. Yeah. Um yeah, just thinking about it making me get a bit emotional actually. Yeah, it's one of the songs that like it's instantaneous, and I get it for people that want the like old school like like first second album Ghost. It's probably a no for them, but I don't know. I got into them on album two, Infestissimum, and I love this album. And like there's not a wasted second on it, in my opinion. Like yeah, like I first the first ever Ghost song I heard was Secular Haze, and Guided Lights is fucking great. I'm rambling. Next, we're going to De Profundis Borealis, which for me, the next the next three songs for me is they are my highlight of the record. De Profundis Borealis really, really, really reminds me of Meliora era Ghost, but a big, big shout out to the fucking drummer on this track. Like he is an his engine room for this song is phenomenal. Jesus Christ. Like oh, I would love to see them perform this song live. But yeah, like I said, it reminds me a lot of Meliora Ghost. But like again, it has got that like message to it of like no matter how bad things get, things will always get better. And I love that. Like I said, there is like I really could have used with something like that as a teenager, but instead I got like Five Finger Death Punch and people being macho and posturing. um, yeah, it's an album that is not afraid to show its like emotional weakness, but it has still got that drive to it. And like for me personally, like especially with these next three tracks, there is no reason why Ghost can't. There won't be fucking doing stadiums going forward. Like this is going to be the album that they pull away. Like this is the one that's like sets them off into the fucking stratosphere. And again, I'm not people saying they've gone soft. Like listen to this track. It sounds like Ghost. Like pure and simple. Like it is still their sound, but it's got that 80s stadium rock tinge to it. And it works so well. And yeah, like I said, it's yeah, so like imagine like Meliora but with that like 80s rock, 80s stadium rock tinge to it, and you kind of got the sound of this song. It's fucking great. We're coming up to like now is my actual favorite track off the album. It's a song called Cenotaph. Oh, it's like the synths on it are fucking phenomenal. Like the power of Tobias's like voice in this track is fucking great. It's a song about sort of like after losing like a loved one, still feeling their presence around you, and so kind of taking like a, like a good like a bit of pleasure from that. And yeah, it really hit me in in the chest. And again, like every member of the band is just performing to such a high level with this. Oh yeah, on this track, fuck yeah. Yeah, the guitar work on this track really, it hits that like special button. Oh, I love it. Next, Missalia Amori, Tobias, you cheeky little devil. Which if you don't know, that translated from Latin to English is like love missile. Guess what this song's about? Um, I the first thing I said when I heard this track is "fuck me, Ghost have written a like the best Alice Cooper song we've had for fucking like decades." Like the Alice Cooper influence on this track is all over it. It's so obvious, but I fucking love it. I love like that like 80s like fucking period of Alice Cooper with like Poison and Bed and Nails and stuff like that. Yeah, and yeah, Miss Alia Amori really hits the nail on the head with that one. Oh, it's perfect. It like it's such a fun song. It's campy, it's cheesy, and as a friend of mine claimed, like if this came out during Meliora, like Papa Emeritus the third would have had like he would have been all over this track. Like, oh yeah, it's got that sex and sleaze to it, but it's still like it is perfect for like Ghost. It is so much fun. It definitely needs to be on the fucking live set going forward. I'd love to see. Well, the last three tracks I've mentioned, I would love to see them add to the live set at some point because they're a lot of fun. Sorry, losing my voice slightly. Swig of butterbeer for the working man. Next is it's the track that it's taken me the longest to get used to, but once it clicked with me, it's fucking great. Again, this it's that traditional Ghost sound through that 80s stadium rock filter, and it works perfectly. The song's called Marks of the Evil One. It's your typical like Ghost lyrical fodder. And to be fair, it's the same. That's the same with the next track, which I think does this to a higher level. But yeah, Marks of the Evil One is a lot of fun, and I can see this being added to the live set going forward. It's the track that took me the longest to click with out of the whole album. Everything else has been instantaneous. It's just this one track which has taken the longest to click with me. Like it wasn't until sort of like yeah, like yesterday where it came in my earbuds, and I was like, got it. I love it when like tracks are worth giving it that extra time. But yeah, Marks of the Evil One, it's great. It's just for me, it's probably my least favorite song on the album. But that's not saying anything. Like I do really like it, but it's one that I'd probably like if I was listening to the album in full, or it came on shuffle, I'd leave it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to find it. Which I can't say for the next track, Umbra, which is the second of the non-singles off this album we heard on the Skeletá, and yeah, it's the synth work on it is great. The guitar work on it is great. Like Tobias's lyrics are like as fun as always. But yeah, this is what I would call it the most traditional like Ghost song on this album. But it again, it is done to a high standard. But it's still got that sort of like 80s stadium rock filter to it. But this is the most traditional, what sort of like Ghost sounding song on the whole album. It's phenomenal. Like again, a real highlight of the album is Umbra. I feel like I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. I adore this album so much, and we get to the closer. Yeah, Excelsis. You, this is if you are that way. If it catches you on the wrong day, you need your tissues with you, because this song is stunning. But it hit me in the heart a few times, and I'm unashamed to say it made me shed a few tears. A song that is about like essentially like it's about the inevitability of death and how fleeting life is, but to make the most of it and not be afraid of it, then who can't appreciate that? It's it's a it's an absolutely gorgeous song, and yeah, like I said, this whole like like from all 10 tracks of this album really show off Tobias Forge's range. This I think is gonna go down as like it's his masterpiece. It's he is really like clicked into himself, both in the current like iteration of the frontman, like Papa Emirates 5, and like with his songwriting on this like album, like his live performances were like something else. But yeah, his songwriting on this record has really sort of like stepped up, and yeah, it's phenomenal. I, if I was to give it a score out of 10, I would probably, yeah, it is a solid 9.5 out of 10. This album is, it's phenomenal. I absolutely adore this record. Like I said, it's an album I really wished I could have had when I was younger. It would have really sort of like helped. This, yeah, it is absolutely stunning. This record. It's it's gonna take a very very special album to knock this out of my top three albums of the year, and I don't know whether I don't think anything will. This album is, it's special, and I get it. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but for someone like me who grew up on like 80s rock and metal, it's perfect for me. It really does. Like, even today when I've been listening to it while I've been like revamping my studio space, and just I've had it on all day. A smile never leaves my face while I'm listening to this album. Like, when I say, I from like it being released at midnight, like Friday morning, I've pretty much had it on near enough constantly. Like, it's it's not lost its flavor. Parts of it have even like improved. You know, it is. The more you listen to it, the better it gets. And like I said, the playing on, like, the guitar work on this is like, oh, it really does hit my party button. It really is fucking incredible. Like, yeah, it's. I've seen a lot of fucking trolly shit online about it, but for me, this is the album that takes Ghost into that top tier, and I will 100% stand by with what I said in my live review. If they aren't headlining Download next year, Download have lost the plot, and that will be a special moment. If they do headline Download Festival next year, that is going to be a headline performance to see, because that is going to plant the flag for Ghost like it did for Slipknot. Yeah, this is. I think we are like literally, with this album and the current live tour, we are set to watch Ghost take over the planet, and they truly deserve it. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, so that is what I think of Skeletá. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope the actual video itself is better quality, because I've got a new phone in which I film my videos on, and as you see, I've gone for a little bit of branding. I've got a new hat for when I do my videos, so it's got the channel name on. And I'm gonna, like, if I'm going places, I'll have the hat with me, so for marketing purposes. It's just, yeah. If you enjoyed my video, please tell your friends. And I also want to just say a quick thank you to everybody that subscribes, because I know it's not a lot of numbers comparatively, but for me, having 53 subscribers really is a big thing. It really is, like, something special for me. Because like I said, in the bigger picture, 53 for some people is small, but if I had 53 people, if all 53 of you in this room with me, we wouldn't be able to move. And like, yeah, I will openly put my hands up in the air. Like, it would be nice to be able to do this full time, but at the minute, I just like being able to share my passion for music with anybody who's willing to listen. And yeah, if for the people who are willing to listen, thank you. It really does mean a lot. It really does. I Yeah, I say like I said, I've literally spent all day in here today trying to make this a really nice space for me to film my videos and just just make it like a really nice space. Just and make it feel like like it's a my space, like it's yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a bit kind of lost with my thoughts for a little bit. Yeah, but it's a space that I can come in, get straight in the mindset, and I'm away. But going forward, like as like well, it's stupid, but like with my new with my tripod and my light setup, I've got my new camera slash phone, and I've got my studio space all set out like I want it. I'm really making a conceited effort now just to give this a good solid crack of the whip and to see what I can achieve. Like I want to be able to look at this point next year and see that I've made some growth, even if it's not in the size of the channel, just in the quality of my videos. Like I'm gonna like experiment and maybe do some little things that are different, but like the feedback would be great. But yeah, it's nice to like have this little community to share my passion for like good rock music, and yeah, like I said, means a lot in the bigger picture. Like for some people would think 53 is a minuscule amount of subscribers, but like I said, it's a lot to me, because if he was all in here with me to actually chat with me and talk about this album in person, this room would be full. There'd be no room. And yeah, it really does mean a lot. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Like I know I've been a little inconsistent, but I work full time and I've just got to try and juggle things around a little bit better to try and make the videos a bit more consistent in like releases. But I really hope you enjoy what I make, and I would love if you want to like suggest albums and stuff for me to listen to. That'd be much appreciated. So yeah, that is my review of Ghost Six album Skeletá. Fantastic album. Like I personally love it. I know everybody's tastes are different. You might not like it as much as me, but for me, it is one of the best albums they've released. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well, and just remember you're all loved. You are all worthy of love, and keep the faith. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.